Hello, we are here to review A Star is Born. We
Oh,
saw A Star is Born. It is the most wonderful time in the theater. I'm in love with this movie already. What did you think of A Star is Born?
I didn't know how to feel walking in. I remember telling you, I was like, I just, not having seen any of the previous installments, the
Yeah,
previous movies. This is, I
yeah,
think,
this is the fourth
yeah,
remake.
the fourth remake, and I didn't know the story, but seeing that trailer, I was immediately hooked to this movie.
Yep,
No.
I remember saw the trailer. I mean, as far as musically goes, this isn't my style necessarily, the kind of music I listen to, but I fell in love with the trailer, and A Star was born,
Oh
and
wow.
that star is Bradley Cooper. As you know what, two stars were born. A Star is Born, and in the film, two stars were born. Bradley Cooper as a director, Lady Gaga as an actor. They were both incredible. This is Bradley Cooper's first film he's ever directed, and just the directorial debut of a guy to come out like this is incredible. He directed it like a pro. He directed it like he's been doing this for 20 years. A lot of this movie, something that captured me was that, and really impressed me, was immediately when you open the film, we go on to a concert, right?
Oh yeah.
And the way
Okay.
that he captures the stage presence is incredible. You feel like you're on the stage. You feel like you're in the middle of this concert. And it's nice because I've been to a bunch of concerts, and I think anybody who's been to a concert knows how loud it is and how overwhelming it can be if you're passionate about the artist, all that kind of stuff. But I think that seeing the perspective flip from the artist side, he captured incredibly well. It's really, the pace is really great for me. I know some people think it's a bit long. I personally don't. I would love to sit there for another hour.
Oh yeah.
I think they played to all of their strengths wonderfully, and both of these people, Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, definitely should be nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I resonate with what you were saying,
Yeah,
especially with yeah, this is Bradley Cooper's directorial debut and Lady Gaga's,
feature film
yeah,
debut.
feature film debut, and just watching all the interviews and all
Yeah,
like everything, because in the beginning before we saw the movie, we wanted to stay away from all that, and
of
so
course,
when I finally got the opportunity to see
the movie.
all of them, all the interviews, and
Yeah,
hear more about the more behind the scenes and how much effort,
of
especially
course.
that went into both Lady Gaga and
And
Bradley.
Bradley, because he did his own singing in the
Yeah,
film, and he sounds incredible, and they sound
yeah,
incredible together. He produced it. He wrote the film, co-wrote the film,
yeah,
directed it, starred in it, and to do all that and to still have a performance like this come through,
yeah,
where Bradley Cooper is a guy that now after this, certainly he's going to be known as one of those chameleon actors. You think of Christian Bale,
yeah,
you think of Marlon Brando, you think of, the list goes on. Those are really like great all-time performers, and I think this performance puts Bradley Cooper onto that level,
mm-hmm.
and he's like 40 years old right now. He has a long career ahead of him,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that you can see how far he got lost into this character.
Yeah,
Um,
that was the thing in terms of like this movie. It touched on a lot of different themes. With
yeah,
mental health and trauma, and the idea of trying to make it in that industry, and
of course.
I just can't get over like the perfect casting in terms of Lady Gaga. That was
Yeah, he took a chance with that,
yeah, that's the
He
thing.
took a chance. He saw what he wanted to see. He had a vision, and Lady Gaga was the perfect person to cast.
Yeah,
I think that showing her, I think it's not the typical story you see about someone wanting to make it in the music industry. Usually when we get films like this, it's about someone who's young and gets this big shot, whatever. She's 31 in the film. She's 31. She keeps getting knocked down by the music industry, and she meets this guy who is, he's very famous, very
mm-hmm.
successful singer. He's getting older, not losing fame or anything,
Yeah,
but things happen. He's not in a great place necessarily. He's sort of an alcoholic without giving anything away. I think
yeah.
that's in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they touch on mental health. They give us a story of two very radically different people,
Yeah,
and they give us this love story that I don't think we're necessarily used to seeing love stories told with characters like this.
yeah,
It feels extremely honest. I think that whether you've been in a relationship like this or not, I think that you can definitely relate to the characters. You feel like you know them
yeah.
just from watching the film.
Yeah, and it was especially seeing, there's also Sam Elliott was in this movie.
Sam
as well.
Elliott's wonderful.
I
I mean, right now,
yeah,
Best
just-
Supporting Actor Oscar nomination
Yeah.
at this point.
I would say the same thing. Yeah, certain scenes I've heard that were just like one takes, and there was some improv involved with, especially with his scenes, and
Yeah.
just seeing how much emotion he puts in his scenes, and just it just felt like, mostly from what I hear, it's very real. Like
Yeah.
it felt as though they were having a conversation. The dialogue, I guess I would say, is
And
just the
I
exchange.
think it's a testament to Bradley Cooper as a director. You've
Yeah.
heard them say that in the interviews, but I think that another something that you'll see that shine through is Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah,
Because Dave Chappelle, he's one of the best comedians on the planet.
Yeah.
But he's a goofy guy, He usually plays in these comedies, these funny movies, and they're not that serious. But when you put him in a movie like this, and you have Bradley Cooper direct, he put in a solid performance,
Yeah.
I think that if you didn't know who Dave Chappelle was, you wouldn't go into this movie thinking, oh, that's some comedian,
Yeah.
He comes off as an actor, and he is an actor, definitely. And I think this has to be the best performance he's ever had in a film. And I think that's all thanks to Bradley Cooper
Mhm.
and him. They meshed together. He said he didn't even read the script.
Yeah.
He just trusted Bradley when he sent it over.
Yeah.
And this movie's incredible. The soundtrack,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I have
this is the soundtrack.
almost the whole thing memorized already.
The Oscars will be.
Best original song. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that performance. I hope Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper go up there and perform it.
Oh
My gut tells me it'll just be Lady Gaga doing like a
Yeah.
medley or Shallow with another famous singer. But it's going to be great. I didn't expect it to be this I don't know, it's quite an emotional film.
Yeah.
I think that anyone can love it. I think that they said the demographic, 80% of people who saw this film opening weekend were above 25.
Mhm.
But I think that anyone can go to see this. It's a mature film. It's not necessarily something you want to bring the family to, but
Yeah, it made about like 40, 50 million.
yeah,
domestically.
it made
around there. I
around
remember.
40 million, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is a
45,
huge win.
yeah.
That's over its budget. I think it was like 30 million to make, maybe less.
Yeah.
But it's great. Another thing is all the performances are shot live. They
Yeah.
went to Stagecoach. They went to some different artists who allowed them to get 4-8 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
So it all feels genuine. It all feels legit because it is.
Yeah, and that's especially what's really nice to hear as a fan of movies, and the amount of effort that
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper has went through, the amount of preparation he's done.
Because the easy thing would have been to put it on a green screen,
Exactly. Yeah.
and it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, that's the one big thing that I remember that I came out with watching this movie was the feel of whenever they were in the concert situations, how
You can feel it
Yeah,
in your
you
can
feel
feel it
it.
in yourself. You
Yeah.
can feel it in your body. One, the sound was incredible.
yeah,
And two, just the atmosphere.
yeah,
I know Bradley Cooper put a lot of attention into finding out what it's like being an artist, what backstage is like, what it's
Yeah.
like during the intermissions.
Mhm.
So it's all, and he had Lady Gaga there to help him with all that.
yeah,
And that's another thing. Lady Gaga has incredible strengths. She's a fantastic singer, and of
Yeah.
course, all the singing scenes were phenomenal with her.
yeah,
But she acted through them as well. It
Yeah.
wasn't just her going on stage and doing an
Mhm.
act. It was still in character. It was in performance. She tells a lot
yeah.
through the songs and her mannerisms
Her
when
tears,
she's performing.
all that stuff.
And
Yeah.
I think that she still shines even when there's no song. In all the dramatic scenes, she's wonderful.
Yeah,
And I think that's where she would get that Oscar nod,
Mhm.
potentially. So A Star is Born could be my favorite movie of the year.
Are we
I'm
using-
still deciding.
Are we using the Goldblum scale?
We are using the Goldblum scale. We're going to do out of 10 Goldblums.
Wow.
What do you give A Star is Born out of 10? If you want, I'll go first.
Mm.
I'm giving A Star is Born a 9 Goldblums out of 10 possible Goldblums.
Wow.
That's a very high rating. It's between Infinity War, A Quiet Place, and A Star is Born for me for my top 3 films of the year thus far. Absolutely love this. I think it's going to be a timeless movie. It'll be an instant classic, something that we'll look back on in years to come. It's fantastic. There's not much more I can say.
Yeah, I'd give it 9 Goldblums out of 10
9
as well.
Goldblums out of 10.
It would definitely like exceeded my expectations. This
Yeah.
just the amount of emotion, the heart, the songs.
And I think that if you're not interested in this because you heard maybe it's a musical, I think this is the least musical I've ever seen. There's no random songs. There's no singing through the streets. The only time we get music is when it suits the story, like when they're on stage.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple times when they're writing songs or something, they'll sing, but it's not like a musical number.
Yeah, it's not your.
And this is fantastic. This is like when studios used to make bigger movies for the Oscars, most of the time.
Warner Brothers. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've heard it here. Go see A Star Is Born. You will not regret it. Maybe bring some tissues. There's some emotional moments.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fantastic. If you can go out to the movies, this is definitely the movie to see this weekend.
Yeah.
Venom is a movie. It's entertaining at times, but A Star Is Born is fantastic.
Yep, I couldn't agree more.
So with that, we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Phantom of Movies. Follow us on the Apple Podcasts. You can find us at Phantom of Podcast Network. I got to get that down.
Oh, yeah.
I keep messing that up. Phantom of Podcast Network on Apple Podcasts. And yeah, that's it. Go see A Star Is Born. Because James Goldblum. We're just going to end it there.
It's just
Jeff.